Every morning, before the world rushes in, before your notifications start screaming for your attention, before your responsibilities and worries take over your mind, you wake up with a rare opportunity, a moment of quiet before the noise. And what you choose to tell yourself in that moment will quietly shape the entire tone of your day. The Stoics believed that the morning is not just the start of the day, but the training ground for the mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote many of his reflections at dawn, not to impress anyone, but to prepare himself for what he was about to face. Because he knew something most people forget. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your preparation. The first thing you must remind yourself every morning is that today will not go exactly how you want it to. People will test your patience, plans will break, something will go wrong. This is not pessimism, this is realism. The Stoics called this premeditation of adversity, mentally preparing for difficulty before it arrives so you are not shocked by it when it does. When you wake up expecting life to be smooth, every inconvenience feels like an injustice. But when you wake up expecting friction, you meet problems with calm instead of chaos. You stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "I was ready for this." This single shift makes you unshakable. The second thing you must tell yourself every morning is that you control your actions, not outcomes. You can do everything right and still fail. You can act with discipline and still face setbacks. You can prepare and still be surprised. That's not injustice, it's life. The Stoics were obsessed with separating what is in our control from what is not. Your effort is yours. Your attitude is yours. Your discipline is yours. The result is not. If you anchor your peace to outcomes, your mood will be dragged all over the place by forces you cannot command. But if you anchor your peace to effort alone, you become free. Every morning you should remind yourself that you don't need the day to go perfectly to remain calm. You only need to act with integrity. The third thing to tell yourself every morning is that your time is irreplaceable. You woke up with a limited supply of hours, and you will never be refunded a single one. The Stoics treated time as the most sacred possession a human being has. Seneca warned that most people guard their money fiercely, but allow anyone and anything to waste their time. When you wake up, you are not just starting a day, you are spending a non-renewable resource. Reminding yourself of this doesn't make you anxious, it makes you intentional. You stop drifting, you stop lingering in distractions that give you nothing back. You begin choosing your actions, not sleepwalking through them. The fourth reminder you need each morning is that your thoughts will shape your reality, whether you like it or not. Before anything outside of you can influence your mood, your own mind will try first. Worries, self-doubt, comparisons, regrets, all of them will line up and wait for your permission to take control. The Stoics trained themselves to intercept these thoughts before they hardened into beliefs. They understood that you don't control what thoughts appear, but you do control which ones you entertain. Every morning you get to decide whether your mind will be a battlefield or a place of order. You don't need to believe every thought you wake up with. Some thoughts arrive only to be rejected. The fifth thing to remind yourself every morning is that you will not be perfect today, and you don't need to be. Perfectionism is one of the most silent destroyers of progress. It convinces you that, unless you can do something flawlessly, it's not worth starting at all. The Stoics never aimed for perfection in outcomes. They aimed for excellence in effort. They understood that progress is uneven, messy, and often uncomfortable. When you forgive yourself in advance for being imperfect, you free yourself to act boldly instead of cautiously. You give yourself permission to grow instead of hiding until you feel ready. The sixth and final thing you must tell yourself every morning is that today may not come again. This is the heart of Stoicism. Memento mori, remember that you will die. Not in a morbid way, but in a clarifying way. Too many people live as if tomorrow is guaranteed. They delay the apology, they postpone the discipline, they wait to become the person they want to be. The Stoics used the awareness of death
as fuel for urgency and gratitude. When you remember that a day is not promised, you stop wasting it on resentment, procrastination, and fear. You speak the truth. You train your body. You protect your mind. You show up. When you combine these 6 reminders, something powerful happens. You stop demanding that life be easy. You stop giving your peace away to outcomes. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve you. You stop letting your thoughts run unchallenged. You stop waiting for perfection. And you stop assuming you'll always have another chance. You don't need motivation anymore because your mindset is trained for reality, not fantasy. This is why Stoicism works so well in the modern world. You wake up every day to chaos, noise, opinions, pressure, and distraction. But your mornings belong to you before they belong to the world. And if you claim that space with the right words, the right mindset, and the right priorities, your entire day changes direction before it even begins. You will still face stress. You will still face setbacks. But you will no longer be shocked by them. You will no longer be ruled by them. You will meet them standing upright, not folding inward. Calm will replace panic. Discipline will replace hesitation. Clarity will replace confusion. And that transformation does not come from external success. It comes from what you choose to tell yourself when the day is still quiet. If you can master your mornings, you will quietly master your life.